Okay, people, Thor Diecow, it's this week on Blu-ray and DVD plus video on demand or Netflix if you swing that way. We start with The Need for Speed starring Aaron Paul from Breaking Bad, and this time he's not dealing meth, but he is behind the wheel of a very fast car. Have a look.
You see the bus, right?
What's that?
The bus! The bus! The bus!
Go to now.
Yeah, the bus there, and you see Imogen Poots and Kid Cudi actually in this movie, and he's not a bad actor. Michael Keaton also, and Dakota Johnson. This is a high-speed tale about an underground driver played by Aaron Paul who sets off on a race for revenge against a wealthy ex-NASCAR driver played wonderfully by Dominic Cooper, who really chews up the scenery after he frames him for a crime he did not commit. You know what? Need for Speed is very silly at times. It's very ridiculous, but I really love the stunts. They didn't go for a lot of CGI enhancement. They wanted to do as much as they could with real cars, real racing, real stunts, and the effects are shown on screen. It is breathtaking in some of the sequences, and Aaron Paul really carries the movie. I know that it wasn't always critically well received. It didn't do that great at the box office. Hopefully it has some longevity on Blu-ray and DVD, and there's some great featurettes on it as well. You go behind the scenes for an up-close look at the intense car stunts they did in capturing speed, making an authentic car movie, plus the Gilbert family, which is 4 generations of professional stuntmen who turned the Mustang Hero car's astonishing grasshopper jump over 4 lanes of traffic into a family affair in a featurette called Ties That Bind. So check that out. Need for Speed, a lot of fun, and it's a great movie for the summertime watching if it gets too hot and you want to check out a high-octane adventure. Okay, next, this is on video on demand this Friday, and this is called About Alex, and it's basically a romantic dramedy mixed with a little bit of pathos, and it's comparable to The Big Chill for millennials with a great cast. Have a look.
I'm sorry, you know what this is like? This is like one of those 80s movies. I just don't see why everything in our lives has to be like something else.
Because that's the way that people relate today. They don't talk about anything. They just reference things.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, I had a great weekend. I went to this wedding. You know, actually, it was a lot like Wedding Crashers, but meets Memento.
That sounds like a good weekend.
Yeah, some very interesting poignant points brought up here by the cast, which is great, including you see Max Greenfield there from New Girl, Jane Levy from Suburgatory, Max Minghella, who was great in The Social Network, Nate Parker, Aubrey Plaza, Jason Ritter, and Maggie Grace. And they basically all get together. It's the story of 7 college friends who reunite over a 3-day weekend after one of them has an emotional breakdown. So the weekend that ensues renews old crushes and resentments and pushes the friendship and relationships onto the brink as the group tries to speculate on when their simple college years turned into this muddy and complex sort of reality. A great look at the sort of meta culture we have right now with humor and pop culture, and look at social networking and how that sometimes overtakes our lives. If you haven't heard about this one, I do recommend it. About Alex, a nice little film, and as I say, that is out video on demand this Friday. All right, we're going to close it out now with some television, and we've got some great series coming to you, starting with Community, and this is the epic, triumphant return of the creator Dan Harmon in the 5th season of Community, and you can tell he's back because the writing is a lot more sharper in this one. Take a look.
We are at DEFCON 4. This is the biggest crisis to hit Greendale since we held that rally protesting the wrong Korea.
What do we do now?
We pray.
There you have it. Now, Community kind of lost me in season 4. I thought the jokes really fell flat. The writing wasn't as sharp. This one returns with a bang, though. It's so much funny. It feels like it was like vintage, sort of beginning of the series years, and it reunites the popular cast, minus Chevy Chase. They did write him out. He had a lot of sort of problems behind the scenes, so he's out. But they replaced him with great guest stars, and the group that we love, the gang, is all there from Greendale. Jonathan Banks from Breaking Bad, he's in this one a lot more, as well as John Oliver, and a slew of guest stars that I won't mention right now. There's a great animated episode, 13 entire episodes on the 2-disc DVD set, and you got cast and crew commentary on every episode, plus outtakes and all new behind-the-scenes featurettes. You get 2 of them there. The animated episode is excellent. One of the featurettes explains how they made that one. I'm really glad the Community has found new life, and they're doing a season 6 as well on Yahoo, but season 5 is a return to form. Very funny stuff there. All right, now, an end of an era of sorts. Californication is out with the 7th and final final season. David Duchovny closing the chapter on Hank Moody. All the debauchery, all the shenanigans finally culminate in this last season. And you know what, though? This one is a lot calmer and more toned down because they really wanted to end it, I think, on a more poetic note. They were tired of him being all crazy and zany. You still have a little bit of that in this season, but he finally has to do some growing up as he's coming to terms with raising his daughter, trying to patch things up with his ex-wife, figuring out what he's going to do with his life. And the main premise of this one is he is writing for a television show, and I really like the twists and turns this one took. It was very funny. You finally see some evolution in the character, and it was a very poignant and bittersweet end to the series, and I really enjoyed the final episode. It was beautifully done. It really stayed true to all the characters that they had established. I remember reviewing the first season of this one, not knowing anything about it, and I was delighted all the way through. They weren't always as good. There was a little bit of a lag in the middle, but they end with a bang. Season 7, the final season of Californication. Just great television, and you can check that out right now and collect all the seasons because they are available now. And finally, we leave you with the last one, Awkward. This is from MTV, and it's season 3. Now, in seasons 1 and 2, Jenna was tackling who am I and who do I want to be with, but now in her junior year, she's confronted with the monumental question, who do I want to be? So she's looking ahead, balancing all the relationships and the issues that she's facing in her life. And in the wake of her romance with Colin, she begins to question the stability of her relationship with Maddie and whether she is straying, whether her straying is a sign of something deeper. So the hormones are raising once again, but I love the show because it's a funny and frank look at the teen years and the college years. It's sometimes awkward, and it really does live up to the name of the show. But some great acting, it's a great character development, and just wonderful writing in the show. So MTV has done a great job. Season 3 of Awkward. Check it out now. There you go, people. I'm Thor Diecow. You can check me out on Twitter at Thor Diecow. Let me know what you thought of all of these titles, and if you have some recommendations, I'm all ears. You can check me out every week on breakfasttelevision.ca. See you next time.